What if the key to healing depression isn't just in conventional medicine? What if that key is an ancient Buddhist wisdom that you can apply today to transform your inner malaise? In this video, you will immerse yourself in a powerful Zen story. You will hear the teachings of a wise Buddhist monk who reveals how transformative practices of meditation and mindful breathing, combined with specific natural remedies, from healthy eating and natural vitamins to herbal medicine, can deeply alleviate anxiety and depression, guiding you towards authentic holistic well-being and true spiritual growth. And if you stay until the end of the video, you will discover exactly how these natural remedies and these age-old practices offer you the concrete tools with which to heal from depression in a profound and conscious way. So, sit back and stay with us. In the meantime, like the video and share it with the people you want to help. Komyoji Temple stood silently among the ancient cedars on the hills overlooking the ancient capital. The morning breeze carried with it the moist scent of the forest and the distant sound of a babbling brook. Inside the main hall, the gloom was broken only by the flickering light of a few candles and the slanting rays of sunlight filtering through the rice paper windows. Sitting on a zafu cushion, his back straight but relaxed, was the elderly monk Kaito, abbot of the temple. His face, furrowed by a myriad of fine wrinkles like maps of wisdom, exuded a profound peace. In front of him, a dozen people sat in respectful silence. They were men and women of different ages, from distant places, united by a common burden, a dark shadow that clouded their hearts and minds, what the modern world called depression. They had heard of Kaito, a master whose wisdom was not limited to the sutras, but embraced life in all its aspects, including the healing of body and mind through natural ways, in harmony with the teachings of the Buddha. They had come hoping to find relief, a way out of the suffering that gripped them, without resorting to drugs that, for some, had offered little help or brought unwanted side effects. Kaito slowly opened his eyes, his gentle, penetrating gaze resting on each of them. "Welcome," he said in a calm, resonant voice that seemed to vibrate in the quiet air of the room. "I see in your eyes the echo of a deep suffering, a shadow that obscures the innate light that resides in each of you. Call it melancholy, deep sadness, depression. The names change, but the root of suffering, according to the Buddhist teachings, is often the same: attachment, aversion, and ignorance about the true nature of reality." He paused, letting his words sink in. The Buddha taught us that suffering, dukkha, is part of existence, but he also showed us the way to transcend it. This way is not a magic formula, nor a pill to swallow. It is a path to be walked with awareness, patience, and compassion, which involves every aspect of our being, mind, body, and spirit. A young woman, Akari, with her eyes downcast and her shoulders hunched, murmured, "Master, the shadow seems so dense, so real. How can we dissolve it? Sometimes it seems impossible even to get out of bed." Kaito nodded in understanding. "Akari-sen, the shadow appears real because we feed it with our thoughts, our fears, and often with what we put into our bodies. The mind and body are inseparable, like two wings of the same bird. If the body is unbalanced, intoxicated, inflamed, the mind cannot find clarity and peace. Therefore, the first step on the path of healing is to take care of the temple that houses our consciousness, our body. Imagine your body as a garden," Kaito continued. "What would happen if you planted weeds and threw garbage into the ground? The garden would soon become a desolate place, incapable of allowing beauty to flourish. Likewise, if you feed your body lifeless, processed foods, loaded with sugar and chemicals, You create an internal environment of inflammation and imbalance that inevitably reflects on your mind, feeding the shadow. Ancient wisdom, in harmony with Buddhist teachings on nonviolence and respect for life, guides us towards a simple, natural, and vital diet. Fill your plates with the rainbow colors that nature offers: dark green leafy vegetables, rich in transformed solar energy, fresh seasonal fruits, full of natural sweetness and antioxidants, whole grains that provide stable energy, legumes, a precious source of plant-based protein and fiber. Pay special attention to your second brain, your gut, Cato explained. An inflamed gut, or one with an unbalanced bacterial flora, sends signals of discomfort to the brain. Feed it with fermented foods such as miso, natto, fermented soybeans, or fermented vegetables, sukmono, which provide beneficial bacteria. Drink pure water and purifying herbal teas. Avoid, as you would avoid a subtle poison, industrial foods, sugary drinks, artificial fats. These are the shadow foods that nourish the inner darkness. Food is our primary medicine, the monk continued. But sometimes, due to the depletion of the soil or particular individual needs, our inner garden may require additional support. There are sparks of life, concentrated by nature, that can help rekindle the inner flame. Omega-3 fatty acids, found abundantly in seeds like flaxseed, chia seeds, and algae, are essential for the health of cell membranes in the brain, helping neurons communicate with one another. Think of them as the oil that keeps the gates of perception smooth. B vitamins, Cato said, drawing a circle in the air, are like the silent workers that help build the messengers of joy and calm in the brain, like serotonin and dopamine. They are found in whole grains, legumes, and green leafy vegetables. Make sure you get plenty of them. And then there is vitamin D, the gift of the sun. Expose yourself to sunlight in moderation and awareness, especially in the morning. This vitamin is crucial for mood balance. If you live in places with little sunlight, consider natural sources or targeted supplementation, always with wisdom. Don't forget magnesium, the calm mineral abundant in green vegetables, nuts, and seeds, which helps relax muscles and the nervous system, and zinc, essential for countless brain processes. These elements, Cato emphasized, are not magical cures, but essential supports to restore the biochemical harmony of the body, creating a more solid base on which the mind can find balance. Look for them first in food, the most natural and complete source. Integration must be done with awareness and, if possible, guided by someone who knows these arts. Nature also offers us silent allies in the plant kingdom, Cato said, gesturing toward the garden visible beyond the window. Plants possess an intrinsic wisdom, a healing power that works in subtle and profound ways, helping us find balance. There are roots, like ashwagandha or rhodiola, called adaptogens. They don't force the body in one direction, but help it adapt better to stress, to find its inner strength, like a bamboo that bends in the wind without breaking. Flowers like melissa or passion flower can whisper peace to a troubled mind, calming the anxiety that often accompanies the shadow of depression. Then there is Street John's wort, known as the herb that brings light. It has a long history of being used to lift the spirits. However, Cato raised a warning finger. This plant is powerful and demands respect. It can interact with other substances and should not be used lightly or in combination with medications without expert guidance. It is a powerful ally, but it must be known and used wisely. Even the precious golden threads of saffron, he added. Recent studies confirm its ancient reputation as a mood booster. a few threads in a herbal tea, or in food. Phytotherapy, Cato concluded, does not offer instant solutions. Plants work in harmony with the body's natural rhythms. They require patience, consistency, and careful listening to the signals the body sends us. Now, let's bring our attention to the most precious and constant gift we have, the breath, Cato said, closing his eyes slightly. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. It is the anchor to the present moment. When we are prey to the shadow, our breathing often becomes short, labored, shallow, confined to the upper part of the chest. This type of breathing signals danger to our nervous system, perpetuating the state of anxiety and sadness. Learn to breathe with your whole being again. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you like, and gently bring your attention to your breathing without forcing it. Feel the cool air coming in through your nostrils and the warmer air going out. Or place a hand on your abdomen and feel it gently rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Breathe slowly, deeply. Imagine inhaling calm, light, vital energy, prana or ki. Imagine exhaling tension, worries, heaviness. Do this for a few minutes, several times a day. Every conscious breath is an act of coming home to the present moment, the only moment when life happens and when healing can begin. And then don't forget the heart of Buddhist practice for liberation from suffering, meditation. Cato said, many people think that meditation means emptying the mind or stopping thoughts. This is a misunderstanding. The mind produces thoughts just as the heart beats. We can't stop them by force, but we can change our relationship with them. Meditation, especially the practice of mindfulness or vipassana, teaches us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as they are, moment by moment, without judging them, without clinging to the pleasant ones, and without rejecting the unpleasant ones. Like watching clouds pass by in the sky, some white and light, others dark and threatening. We are the sky, not the clouds. Sit every day, even if only for a few minutes at first. Bring your attention to the breath, as we have said. When the mind wanders, and it will, it is its nature. Simply notice where it has gone, thought, worry, memory, and then gently and without reproach, bring your attention back to the breath. This gentle return is the essence of the practice. By observing depressive thoughts without identifying with them, you begin to see that they are just thoughts, passing mental events, not the absolute truth about who you are. By observing difficult emotions without reacting impulsively, you give them space to be felt and then dissolve like waves in the sea. This practice, Cato explained, cultivates equanimity, inner calm, self-compassion, and the wisdom, prajna, to see things as they really are. It reduces emotional reactivity and helps you recognize that even the shadow of depression is impermanent, anicca, subject to change. Cato smiled at everyone and added, "This is the path. It is not a shortcut, but a path of transformation that requires commitment and kindness towards yourself. Nourish the body with living food. Support it with the gifts of nature if necessary. Anchor yourself in the present with the breath. Observe the mind with awareness and compassion." If you do this, not as a burdensome duty, but as an act of love towards yourself, the shadow will begin to thin out. The innate light within you, your Buddha nature, will shine again. Remember that healing is not the absence of difficulties, but the ability to go through them with wisdom and an open heart.